guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being patient with me because this video is uploaded 1 day late. So today I'm going to be talking about minimalism and how I've altered my lifestyle based off of a documentary that I saw that influenced me. This documentary was on Netflix and it was called Minimalism, a documentary about the important things. So I watched this documentary about 10 months ago, so there are some things that I don't really remember about it. But basically what you need to know is that there are these two guys that started this movement to be minimalist or live a more minimalist lifestyle. And then a lot of other people, they're going around and they're speaking to people about this lifestyle and why they should alter their lives as well. And then there are lots of people that are following. So just to give you an idea, one of them is really well off. He makes a lot of money and he has I think a decent sized home, but he's pretty much just gotten rid of everything that he doesn't need to the point that it's quite excessive. So I can't remember exactly, but he has 1 or 2 pairs of shoes, and he has 1 leather jacket and 1 backpack and 2 pairs of jeans and 2 pairs of shirts. And then in his kitchen he has 1 table with 4 chairs and 1 clock on the wall because that's all he needs, and 1 toothbrush. Basically what I'm trying to say is that he kind of got rid of everything except for the things that he absolutely needed. And then there are other people that you see in the documentary that have also adapted this lifestyle, and they've moved into these kind of mobile homes or miniature homes. I don't know how big they are, 400 square feet, maybe a bit bigger, I'm not sure. But basically what they're doing is they're just compressing everything that they have. They're getting rid of everything. They're moving into smaller spaces. They have less. They're consuming less. There's no rules, but basically what they're doing is just getting rid of things that they don't feel that they actually need. Now obviously this lifestyle is very extreme and I don't imagine myself moving into a little cube home, but it did really influence me because in the documentary, kind of the point of it, what I got out of it was he was saying, why do we have all this stuff? Our homes and our rooms and our lives are just filled with all of this stuff, and most of it we're not even using. We don't even remember it's there, and it's just cluttering our homes, and we're just consuming more of it just to say that we own these things, for materialism purposes or consumerism or whatever. But why do we have all this stuff? So that's what stuck with me. That's what I took out of it, and that's when I decided to apply this to my life. Again, not in a way that is very extreme where I'm going to move into a little cube. However, I can still apply it to my life in the way that is best for me. So the first step to this is decluttering, and I'm just going to focus on my bedroom. So what I did is I went through literally everything in my room. I went through all of my clothes, my winter coats, my scarves, hats, pajamas, socks, underwear, literally everything that I own. And I'm just going to give some examples of a few things. So let's say jeans. So I looked through all of my jeans. I probably have 30 pairs of jeans. Most of them are not good quality. They don't fit me anymore. They're not trendy or in style anymore. And 5 of them, or even 3 of them, I actually wear and they're good quality. So what am I doing with the other 25 pairs of jeans? Same thing with my pajamas. I have 30 pairs of pajamas. Why do I have 30 pairs of pajamas and they're all they're not nice, by the way. They're paint shirts with paint on them, and shorts that I've literally worn in grade 8, and they're ratty, and there's 7 nights throughout the week. Why do I need 30 pairs of pajamas? Or my makeup containers. This is very popular for girls. We have these makeup containers with all this crappy half-used makeup that we don't use anymore, colors that we would never use, lipsticks that are broken. Why do I have a container of all this? So basically I just started getting rid of all the things that I don't need. So again, if I have all those pairs of jeans, then I'm going to get rid of those 20 to 25 pairs of jeans that I'm not using anymore, and then I'm going to keep the good quality ones. And again, I'm not going to go over every single category, but you can kind of get the point. I did that with everything. And if you're having trouble decluttering and getting rid of things, because I used to be pretty much a borderline hoarder, and I used to just keep everything, and I think it was more on an emotional level where I just couldn't let go of things, and I wanted to hold on to things for memorabilia, but it was to the point that it was just ridiculous. And now I think just over time, throughout working on myself and growing and maturing and everything like that, I'm so much more decisive. I just know what I want. So now when I look at something, I'm am I going to use this anymore? I just know, yes, no, yes, no. So if you're not that decisive and you're not able to decide if you want to keep this item or not, I would say take a look at it and think about the last time that you used it. If this was years ago, and you forgot, okay, if you forgot that you had it, you don't need it anymore. If this was years ago, that was the last time you used it, you probably don't need it anymore. If you're saving it because you're waiting until you're going to fit into it or when it's going to come back in style, you probably don't need it anymore. And if you're thinking about what to do with your items, I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but the best way, the fastest way, the cheapest way, the easiest way, and the nicest way would just be to donate all the things that you don't need anymore. So obviously you can just take all of your stuff and drop it into like a donation box. Or if you're trying to make some money based off of the items that you're getting rid of, obviously you can go to consignment stores and you can sell your items back to them. However, I have done that before and it's very specific. It has to be like, you'll bring them, let's say you bring them like 30 things, maybe they'll pick out like 5 that they're going to keep, and they have to be good quality, they have to be in good shape, they have to be clean, they have to be trendy, they have to be in season, and they really don't give you a lot of money for the items that you hand over, just saying. Or because again, I don't know, like someone may have a lot of money and they have really, really nice pieces, like designer pieces that still have the tags on them and they don't know what to do with them, for an example, and it's not something that they want to just throw into a donation box or that they want to sell to a consignment store, then you could go on like Facebook Marketplace, sell it there, Kijiji, etc. Or you could do one of those like parties, I forget what they're called, where you have your friends over and then they basically buy your clothes from you. Now this brings me to consumerism going forward. So now what I do going forward is I'm very specific about what I buy, and everything I have is quality over quantity. And by the way, that doesn't mean that it needs to be expensive, it's just quality. You can get a lot of quality items on sale, or even at certain stores, different brands have good quality. Doesn't mean that it's expensive. Also, there's another thing I wanted to add to the consumerism part, which is not only that I make sure that I buy quality things, it's that I make sure that I'm really, really in love with it and that it's extremely cute. Because why am I just gonna go and buy like, I don't know, some ratty sweater? I'm gonna buy, okay, whatever guys, maybe you don't like my sweater, but like this little cute sweater was from Forever 21 and it was so cheap. I got it a year ago. I think it was like, I don't know if it was like $20. I'm like petting myself, but like, do you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna buy things with like texture. I'm gonna buy things that are different, so that instead of me just buying something really, really plain, like I'm just gonna make sure that everything I get, I really, really love. It's really good quality. It's really cute. It stands out. And then that way, again, it makes me feel like I just have a lot more than I do. So I'm just gonna give a few examples of this. So I have about like 4 or 5 yoga mats lying around my home. They're not really good quality anymore. They're like crumbling, they're falling apart. Why do I have all of these when I can just invest in one solid, good quality yoga mat? So that's what I did. Or my water bottles for when I go to the gym. I have like 5 water bottles, I'm not gonna say where I got them from, that are like falling apart because I didn't invest in them. I spent like $10 on the water bottles and they're falling apart. And then I can just go out and buy like a really nice Swell bottle. I know they're like a little bit more pricey, but if you spend $50 on a Swell bottle instead of always buying like $10 and $15 water bottles and they're all falling apart, now I have one really good quality water bottle, one really good quality yoga mat. Another example of that is even phone cases. So I used to buy a new phone case like once a month for like $15 or $20, sometimes even $10. And after 1 month or even less, they would turn like yellowish brown or something like that. And I would just end up throwing them out. So I got this phone case 1 year ago. I've had this phone case for 1 year. I spent $50 on it, which I was like cringing at the time. Like, how could I spend $50 on a phone case? But guess what? It didn't turn yellow and it has lasted me for literally a full year. Last December, I got this phone case. And this little like toggle, I got this at the same time 1 year ago, and I got it at Indigo. So I spent like $30 for my little, watch, it's just gonna fall off. I spent like $30 for my little toggle button, and I spent $50 for my phone case, which sounds expensive, but again, I got it 1 year ago instead of me buying like a really, really cheap one that's like $10 and literally is gonna fall off within a month and phone case is gonna turn yellow. So hopefully I've made my point with that. I think that you can kind of see where I'm going with that. And then also when I'm consuming, I'm just seeing like, is this a need or is this a want? Which is very difficult for me because I love fashion and I love jewelry and I love makeup and I love shoes. I love shopping. Like seriously, I have a problem. But I'm just making sure now that it's just quality over quantity, and I'm not buying like trendy things. I'm buying things that I know will actually last. All right, so now I talked about decluttering, getting rid of all that stuff. I talked about consumerism going forward, and now I'm just going to talk about the benefits of doing all this. All right, so I watch this guy on YouTube. His name is Jim Quick, and he just talks about brain power and how we can improve our brain power and, you know, all of these things. So one of the things that he talks about is your environment and how that if it's cluttered, then it can be cluttering for your mind as well. And I don't know about you guys, but I get extremely overwhelmed if I'm not organized or I have a lot of clutter everywhere. So for me, I used to come into my bedroom and just know that like I had drawers full of things that were overflowing and things stuffed under my bed and falling out of my closet. And even though I could maybe hide it, like physically hide it, I would know that it was there on some level. And it would just be overwhelming for me and bother me. So now when I come into my room or when I wake up in my room, it's just so minimal and clean, and I just know where everything is, and I have way less, but it is just such good quality, which to me makes me feel like I have way more. Another benefit is that you're actually spending way less money. So like I was saying before, instead of me spending $20 a month on a phone case, I spent $50 in 1 year on a really good quality phone case. So that can apply to literally any single category. And the last benefit, not that we really need to care what other people think, but it really makes it look like you only have nice things. Like it makes it look like you just always wear nice outfits or you always have good quality things. And it's literally because it's not that you're always shopping or that you're always spending all this money on clothes and items. It's just that that's all you have is just good quality items. So for an example, I'll wear like my really cute good quality hat with my really cute expensive coat that I got 60% off on, and my really nice boots that aren't even expensive and I got them from Topshop for $50, and like my really nice Michael Kors purse that I got for my birthday 1 year, whatever. The point is that it always looks like, oh, you always have cute things, you always have nice outfits. And that's because that's all that you have is good quality things. All right, so that's it for my video today. I hope that that inspired you guys to clean up your lives in terms of consumerism and materialism a little bit more. And if there are any topics that you guys want me to talk about, please never, never, never hesitate to slide into my DMs or message me on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for liking this video, for subscribing to my channel, and I will see you next week. Bye!